Welcome to Music is Day Job. I'm your host, Sean, and this is brought to you by the Concert App. The Concert App is an artist accelerator app that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in independent live music. Now, today I was asked, how do I promote my show? Now, here's the thing. Promoting a show, you definitely want to do, I'm not going to stay long on the advertisement and the content that you need to do. You need to do enough promotion online to get people to come to a show, to whether you're hitting them in their inbox, inviting them to a show, but don't be spammy. Just invite people to shows like, yo, you should come to my show, whatever, boom, boom, boom. I got a show, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Definitely hit all your fans. List who your fans are so then you understand where you're starting at. Even if it's your family right now, because as I said, even though they're not counted to me, they're not counted as fans, but they're where you're starting at. So you're going yo, my first fans and my family, my friends, list them out. These are the people I'm going to hit and ask them to buy a ticket to my show. The next thing what I do is, if you're dealing with sometimes, let's say, even if you bought some tickets, let's say you're going to buy 5 and you're going to give 5 away. So let's say you have 10 friends and family that are already going to buy tickets, and then 5 people you want to get new people. So whether you buy 5 now, if you're in the concert app and you're selling 10 tickets, and you already selling 10 tickets, even though that's not a high amount, if you asked me and said, yo, I'm really trying to grow my fan base, can I give away 5 tickets to new fans that I'm going to try to turn over? I would let you do it. If you're going to sell 10 and you needed 5 more to get to hey, I need to get new fans. Some places are going to make you buy those tickets. So then whether you buy those tickets or whatever, that's what you're doing to say, hey, I'm going to get a couple extra fans to come see me. And hopefully out of those 5, 3 or so are going to turn over and buy tickets next time. If you're a higher person, a higher in the game, and you already selling 50 tickets and you say, hey, man, I need 25 more tickets because I'm trying to expand it with a higher amount. Yeah, I'm down to do it with you. I'm down to be yo, pause. I'm down to be let me put those, let's say another half of the amount of what you're already selling, because then that makes sense for me. Because then in the future, if you're doing more shows with me, that makes sense of how you're going to grow your fan base. Now, of course, that's one of the main things. You want to list who you're going to hit first, and then you also want to start hitting new people. During the times of your shows, I like to split how fast you're doing this. So for the people who are beginners, I always say they may need the longest they really should need is 4 weeks. A show, that what happens prior to 4 weeks, and people don't understand this, is when you tell people about a show prior to 4 weeks, a lot of times they're going to forget, and you're going to have to remind them multiple times. So 4 weeks is the most you should be pressed on pushing a show. It's not the opposite, because people like to say, hey man, I need at least a month. That's the worst to do it because you really have to count the time that you're really going to be grinding. You're giving yourself time that you need time to put out content, but you need to be able to put out content to keep it on people's minds. If you're going longer than a month of content, it's going to become where people are going to forget, and people are not going to care, and people are not going to pay attention. So what the beginner, I say, is they need the 4 weeks. This is how you're building your process. When you get better, the average artist needs 3 weeks. The vet, the pro, only needs 2 weeks. So, and you have to do this in this fashion, because what happens is the national artists, they're pushing 2 months out, maybe even more. If you're going to compete, you have to be able to cut your time span down, because you have to be in their face quick, and you have to get more shows. So then you're in a space where you have to figure out one day to where you have to get more shows that you can tell people about quick, boom, 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 boom. And your fans have to be ready to be yo, I'm coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, when you're promoting, you give yourself these time spans and what you're going to do. So then if I'm going 4 weeks out, then how am I spreading a 4-week content plan to keep people entertained and keep them wanting to go to this show in 4 weeks? If I'm 3 weeks out, I need a content plan. If I'm 2 weeks out, I need a content plan. The 2 week content plan is the one that's just like hit it and let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like your fans kind of know they know who you are. They know what's popping. They know when you say it's a show, it's going to be fun, everything like that. So then your 2 week content plan is, yo, I'm over here. Like, and I'm putting like a couple details and stuff like that. And then the people who already pay to see me because I started already building fans, they're going to naturally be like, yo, let me get that ticket. And then the people that are you're getting new, they're already going to have kind of like your buzz is kind of popping like that. But see, the reason you get to a point where you're 2 weeks in your strong areas and then you might have to be 4 weeks in your new areas. You can't be 4 weeks in all areas. Otherwise, you're just doing one show a month you can never get to a point of touring. So then you have to get to a point where you can stagger it. Like some places are 2 weeks, some places are 3 weeks, some places are 4 weeks. Because if I know 4 weeks, I'm going to a city that I never been to. Like let's say I'm going like back in the day, and I'm in Phoenix. That's my 4 week, and then I'm in Colorado Springs. That would be my 3 week, and then Denver is my 2 week. So then I already understand that 4 weeks is going to be that first week. I'm really reaching out to new people, because I'm trying to get them on board, and I'm trying to be like, yo, like I'm coming out there. Now, if that's 4 weeks out, one's 3 weeks and one's 2 weeks, then I can focus on, once I get to those last 2 weeks, it's fully like the last week, I'm fully invested in Phoenix. The first 2 weeks, I already know these fans that are going to the Denver show, because I already had these fans. So those 2 weeks, I already have a set plan that I kind of go like, yo, we out, and everyone's going to be already ready. That 3 week, they kind of know me. So then I just need that extra week. Then with that 4 week plan, I can kind of play it slowly and kind of be like, yo, I'm going to be out there. And then I can show them these shows that happened prior. And then they're going to believe in the gist of how dope I am, because they're going to be like, hey, that 2 week show that you did in Denver looks crazy. That gives them 2 weeks after that 2 week show to kind of make a decision if these new people are going to come see you. See how I'm playing that with the 2 weeks, the 3 weeks, and the 4 weeks. I'm just playing on that idea so I can build a plan to get people excited to come see me at different places. So when you're promoting your shows, that's what you want to do. You want to build that plan so you have a way to attack. Now, yes, of course, I do also do organic, like ground situations. If you can be in a city more than that's why I'm really heavy on being in cities near, like doing tours near where you are, because you can be in those cities at more times. So you can get in front of consumers' faces more times. So like, for instance, if I have to drive up to a place and get on the ground, I'm paying attention to who are these influencers in this area, like who are the popping people. Like at points when I was going to college towns, we go to college parties just so we can engage with those students, so we can get them ready to come to our shows. Even they've been times where I get on the ground and it's like the same day and you got to grind some out. Like I had one day that we went to I think it was Grand Junction, and we needed fans there, and we went on the ground before. And we knew that there was a big festival outside. We got about 50 people to come. And it's because we were just on the ground grinding all day up into the show. So it's one of those things, like you can promote in person and you promote online. You do both of them, because if you only do one, you're missing out. Because some people want that personability when you promote directly to them, because they may like who you are as a person. Sometimes people might like how you look. Sometimes it's tons of different things that can happen in person. Online is less personable, but it gives you the opportunity to hit a vast amount of people. So you're looking at spending your time going like, oh, I'm gonna spend 2 hours on this, or I'm gonna spend an hour on this. And so that gives you more time to engage and talk about other things. Don't spam, once again. Always talk about other things and then add it in there, like, boom, I got a show down here, and then people more likely be like, yo, I'll go see it. So that's how you want to break up how you want to promote and do different things when you're promoting going into a big show or whatever you're doing, going on tour, whatever or whatnot. Once again, this is Music is Day Job. I'm your host, Sean. This is brought to you by the Concert app. Now, the Concert app's in tons of different cities right now, tons of different states. If we are in your state, then jump on some shows. If we aren't in your state, definitely start telling everyone to get on the app, get on the app, get on the app, get on the app. Because once I can see the demand there, that makes it easier for me to bring the shows out there and we can start building your career too. Also, if you know of any venues, let us know, because then we can start talking to those venues. Like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Music as a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean.